Okay, this is the classifying matter lab. I'm videotaping it, excuse me, just in case some people want to do it before lab so they can spend the most of the time of their lab working on the Martian periodic table lab. So here it is. It takes about 10 minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Essentially what you're doing is you're going to use nuts, bolts, and washers to determine what kind of substance is in each Petri dish. So we've got Petri dishes labeled A through I, and you're just going to put a check mark depending on whether it's an element, a compound, or a mixture. If it is a mixture, it's either going to be a homogeneous or a heterogeneous mixture. And then you would put a real life example of the type of matter. So for example, if letter A was an element, then you would just choose one of the elements from the periodic table, like oxygen or something like that. If it is a mixture, then you would determine, just give an example of what a mixture would be that would be similar to it. A mixture is a combination of two or more substances. For example, sugar water. Sugar water is a mixture, a homogeneous mixture. So I'm going to show you each of the Petri dishes in order, A through I, and then that's essentially going to be the end of it. You will have this table with you because it's part of the packet, and then you can go from there. So here we go. This is Petri dish A, and you can see in there that there are only bolts. B, you've got a nut on a bolt here and here, but you also have washers. C, you've got a combination here of bolts and nuts on two of them, and two other ones are only the bolts. That's C. D, you can see that they are only washers. E, we've got bolts and nuts, but the bolts and nuts are not attached. F, we've got nuts and bolts, and the nuts are on each of the bolts. Okay? They are in physical contact. All right, here we have a nut-bolt combination for these two and a nut-bolt washer combination for those two. That's letter G. Letter H, we have two of the same things. It's a nut-bolt washer combination on that one and on that one. So they're both nut-bolt washer. And letter I, these are just nuts, okay, just by themselves. All right, that's essentially it. You have to classify each of those according to your data table. Are they elements, compounds, or mixtures? They're not going to be both, so you're only going to have one check in each one of those for each of the Petri dishes. Okay? If it is a mixture, you choose homogeneous or heterogeneous, and in every case, you put an example of each, a real-life example, Kool-Aid or something like that. All right? Okay, good luck.